With Donald Trump in court, the Speaker of the House in trouble, and President Biden on the campaign trail, you'd be forgiven for forgetting about the Supreme Court, which has also had a big week. The court is in session and just yesterday heard arguments related to January 6th, specifically if the charge of obstruction of an official proceeding can be used against one of the rioters. Let's bring in NBC 10 political commentator Sue O'Connell. And Sue, wasn't the entire point of January 6th from the MAGA perspective to stop the certification of the election results? Why does the Supreme Court need to determine if any of the rioters can be charged with obstruction of an official proceeding? Isn't that what happened?
Yeah, it is. But the question the justices are considering is whether the law applied to the case, these 2002 Oxley Act, Sarbanes-Oxley Act, is appropriate for the violent behavior that happened on January 6th and the crimes that occurred. It was a law that was passed after the accounting fraud scandal at Enron, and it's usually used for evidence tampering cases or document destruction crimes. Now, the justices, they asked if the charge was necessary since other laws on criminal behavior were already applied to these defendants, and the defendant in particular. And they wanted to know if it could be also applied to nonviolent protests, like if you wanted to disrupt a court proceeding, peacefully. So, in other words, they were worried that it was being too broadly applied. And the justices' decision, depending on what they say, could result in some charges against Donald Trump being dropped.
Now, Justice Clarence Thomas' wife, Ginny, was found to have communicated with some Republicans to try and figure out a way to change the results of the election. So why hasn't he recused himself from this? Is anyone trying to force him to do that?
That would be an obvious question, Matt, wouldn't it? He hasn't recused himself because he doesn't want to. And guess what? Nobody has the power to force him to recuse himself. What a great job that is, right? So there is indeed a Supreme Court ethics code that all 9 justices signed last year, but each individual justice gets to make their own recusal decision about their own behavior. So many legal ethics, of course, and ethics experts say that the activities of Ginny Thomas, that it really poses a clear conflict of interest for her husband, Justice Thomas, but it's no mechanism for enforcement of the code. So Thomas is just going to do whatever Thomas wants.
So in 2 weeks, the Supreme Court is going to hear arguments about Donald Trump's claim that he's immune from all prosecution related to January 6th and attempts to overturn the election. He says he was doing his duty as president by looking into claims of voter fraud, but he made those claims first, and all of them were found to be seen as not true. Now, if the court agrees with him, what does that mean for future presidents?
Yeah, that's the big question, Matt, and it's a complicated answer because it really depends on the nitty-gritty and the narrowness or the expansion of the court's decision when they offer us one, right? Trump's lawyer famously argued that the president could not be prosecuted for ordering SEAL Team 6 to assassinate a political rival. That's what he said. So, of course, he said you'd have to be first impeached and removed from office, and then maybe you could face a criminal hearing on that, right? But if the Supreme Court agrees with that idea, it makes people wonder if a president could order the military to kill a rival who's threatening an armed assault or is threatening the democracy. There's all sorts of ways it could be applied. I don't think the court's going to go that far, but we shall see when they give us their decisions, Matt.
Sue O'Connell providing us with insight as always. Thanks so much, Sue.
You're welcome.